Nice.
Yo. Hello, chat. We are. Do we want to see? So we've seen you like learning weird shit with
Yeah, we've seen me getting weird
with your kiddo,
with
Tao.
my kiddo, my other
Um,
weird kiddo. All my kiddos are just so weird.
all the weird kiddos. Um,
It's a plague.
and what do we want to see from? Where do we want to see you next?
Um, I mean, I feel like at first I'm going to ask you, do you want me to go through the mechanical changes I've made now, or do you want me to save until reveal them piecemeal as they come up?
Yeah, just as they come up.
Cool. I love it. That'll be fun. Awesome. Yeah. So, yeah. So I'm just thinking, like this end of the week is probably like a roughly the same time.
I think we're all back in the same time frame.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, do I open my brain, and is that how I find out that Give and Mito are at the Grove, or does Tao somehow know? Because it feels like the kind of thing.
I mean,
that
Tao knows that Partridge was going to go and raid the Grove.
Oh fuck! Well, in that case, look, Partridge and I, we have a relationship.
But you could open your brain anyway if you wanted to. That's up to you.
I could go in my brain anyway. It's very true.
Like especially after you hear this. Maybe.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Okay, so I tell you what happens. Is I
So-
go outside. Because we're at Tal's place, right? So I go out into. Was it like an olive grove?
There
There were
is a
trees
little.
of some kind. I remember. I just don't remember.
Yeah,
what kind
I don't
they
think
were.
it's olives though. It can be olives. Let's go with olives. That makes sense.
Olives feel like a very Australian tree to me. I don't know why.
Oh
Like, the
yeah,
colour
they're a
scheme
pest here.
seems
Yeah,
to
they're
fit.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But he's also got a walled off, a fenced off little section where he keeps some goats, I think, and ducks.
I think it was goats.
Goats
Oh,
and
hang on a minute.
ducks.
Always goats. Always goats. Jackabacker.
Jacobacca has goats. He has sheep and ducks.
Yes. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So I think I go outside like a little way away from the house into the trees, and I climb a tree.
Yep.
I
You
climb
an
I
olive
climb one
tree?
of these olive
Wow.
trees, right?
Climbing. So
I
you're
mean, I'm
you're
not-
climbing up an olive tree, which is like they're really dense. So like you're like having to
Yeah.
move your body in all of these unnatural ways.
I
But
mean,
you
I'm
can
also
just do
really
that.
skinny. I'm quite skinny, right? Like,
Yeah, true.
and I think there's something very like childlike to the manner of the way that they're like
Yeah.
getting through, as if this is a skill they haven't really practiced since they were a child.
Yep.
And I think they settled themselves into like the lowest like V joint in the tree,
Yep.
just like laid out, and it's a little uncomfortable looking, I'll admit. And they just like look up at the. I think this is like it's slightly sunny out here. Like there's a little bit of sun like showing through the
Yeah.
clouds.
It's stopped raining for a minute.
Yeah, and so like they're looking up through these olive green leaves at like the dappled light as it passes through, and we just have this really vivid flashback to a sense memory of their childhood before the apocalypse. Like we know that the supermarket is their first like real memory, and it's of the beginning of the end. But like they have a couple of like they remember like being in their parents' garden, in having climbed the tree, like looking up and just the sensory thing of that light coming down, and they just like relax completely into that sensation, deliberately to provoke the voices to fuck off in disgust.
Yep.
Like they're deliberately just like wallowing in that memory to be as
I mean,
objectionable as
the voices
possible.
for you are your mum right? Because the voices are whichever.
Is it just my mum? The
Yeah, no.
plural. I
No, for
assumed it
you.
was. I assumed it was
So the
multiple.
voice is the voice is whoever's in that body with you.
Okay, cool.
So yeah,
All right, so there's never multiple of them. It's just one at a time.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, like I feel. I think that like they feel the voice that is their mother, the wolf mother, retreat, and I think they're so deep at that point in that childlike mindset that they have that visceral child reaction of like my mother is gone.
What does that do?
I have to go with her. I have to find her.
Right. Yep.
And they follow, and they follow their mother, right?
Yep.
Like,
that's cool.
because they want to be with their mom.
Yeah. Do you want to roll to open your brain?
Yeah, I do. Cool.
What are you opening your brain for?
I want to know where Give is.
Cool. Yeah.
Like, I want to know where my kid
place.
is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Weirdly, that's how I'm getting at it.
Yeah.
I am following a wolf in. Do I get the bonus for that?
Yeah.
Cool. And so one of the brainer moves I took when I became a brainer was preternatural at-will brain attunement, which gives me +1 weird. So my weird is now 1.
Yep. Not that you need it. Wow. Holy heck.
I get a 14.
Which means you're able to walk over the. It means you're able to walk over the weird instead of just throw it.
Yeah, cool.
Again.
Yeah, and so I think, and because and I love this because we talked about this last time. Like, there's nothing, quote unquote, physical I need to do backstage. I just need to perceive, and so like time is basically stopped in front stage.
Yep.
Like I have, because I'm at the top, I'm the top space. I have all the time in the world to observe from backstage. So I'm just looking at the grove.
I mean, you're looking just out, like at the people outside it.
Well, I think I'm over the top.
You're
like,
over the grove. Yeah.
In fact,
right.
fuck. Okay, so I pull back to the map view, and I think, and if you think this is cool, I'm down with it. Like I'm proposing this, and if you think it's cool, like let's lock it in. I think the map looks like the Roll20 map, kind of.
Yes. The highway
like it's a similar stylized thing.
The highway is a massive tear in the map. And that extends out to like a bit of like where it's like broken where the grove is. And it's really hard to see anything around there, but because it's like broken and bits move around and all those sorts of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see, I think you can see outside of it, you can see Give, who has no
no double. No understudy.
Mito, who also has no understudy.
Mito's new robot friends who don't have understudies.
And Budgie Smuggler, who does have an understudy, because they're a normal human being who hasn't
got all fucked up.
Whatever the fuck happened to Mito.
Yeah. Cool.
Just how do you recognize me? Just out of curiosity.
That's a good question. Like you're zooming out and you can see like the physicality, and you can also see. Oh, it's really interesting because no one's broadcasting their culture into that space in a psychic way currently. Oh no!
Yeah.
No,
so here's
Budgie Smuggler is. So everyone. So if you like.
So they're on a quest, right? Like Mito is like a bard, and Give is like a little King Arthur.
If you zoomed in back into the area, right?
Local space.
Yeah. Everyone here would be jacked as fuck, and like would all have mohawks. I think they would all be wearing like black metal band t-shirts. And yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, because that would be she's the only one projecting culture into the psychic maelstrom there.
Yeah,
but I love Budgie Smuggler so much.
I also think
Give
the other
looks
thing,
weird as a jacked up child.
Yeah, I think the other thing, because I think this is a really important detail for us, is morning looks like dawn.
Right.
When morning is at this. I think like when morning is at the top is in the watching place, they're dawn.
Yeah.
And when they go, and like the way we know that they're zooming in, like that process is visually represented by them aging. Until when they land in someone's like mental cultural landscape, they're morning again, or they're sunrise again. And so yeah, it's just like dawn with like, you know, kind of like faint and ghostly with like these burning eyes and this like burning like chest fuel source like that is their heart. And I also think part of it is that they can hear. Like, I think they hear who... Like, they don't so much see who people are in this space as they hear them. And so I think even without zooming in, like, they know it's Mito because they catch, like, a glimpse... Like, the radio sound.
Yeah.
Like, we hear, like, a snatch of that. And we hear, like, a snatch of Give's... Of one of the songs that Sunrise used to sing for Give, with Give singing along. And then we catch a snatch of some like incredibly metal song for Budgie Smuggler.
Yeah.
So I'm actually thinking that it should be something like my mind immediately went to Wishmaster by by
I mean,
Nightwish.
if there's a soundtrack and it's being done by Budgie Smuggler as they're like going on a quest, it's Through the Fire and the Flames, right? Like that's that's what Budgie Smuggler would be like projecting.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, and I think like as soon as they see this, I don't think they even do actually zoom in. I think we just get this like distant view, and maybe we catch like a flicker of like as we hear like that song, we get a flicker of like the Budgie Smuggler view of the world, and then their eyes like snap open in the tree, and like they set off. They're on the move.
Yep.
And I
think Tao like leans out of the door and is like, "You off already?"
I found the kid.
It's like, you need to make sure that kid stays safe. Like, yeah, like
Agreed.
he's like that one, like, and you can tell there's an undertone of that one is trouble. Like, Give is trouble.
I think I just look at him like pot kettle.
Yeah, I mean the thing is,
yeah,
Tao
in
is
his
the one
own
who's
day.
always wanted to be like, I settle down and be safe because I've seen your bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And so I nod, and I think I come in close and I hug him, and I say, "Take care of yourself. Watch out for the wolves, and remember, if you go backstage, be careful.
He's like,
Remember the song. Remember where you're from." And then I kiss him on the forehead. Like I used to when he was really little.
and he starts crying and he's like, all right, okay, and like
And
wipes the
I think-
tears away because he's like this, yeah, and he like looks up
and
at you and he's like, it's been real nice having you around this week. Thanks for stopping by, Lola.
Yeah, and I think I rest a hand on his shoulder and it's like, I'll be back.
He's like,
And I think at this point there's like a really brief, like proper full-on break in the clouds. We actually get like a beam of sunlight down on Morning.
I mean, the
And
thing
I
is
think-
that like is that Tao, he's having this opportunity, like he sees this cause now that he knows what you are, he sees this as an opportunity to like have a connection with his dead Lola for a little while longer.
Yeah, because I say I'll be back, but I think we both know.
Yeah,
This is
that's
probably goodbye.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And so I think like
grieving as he says goodbye to you.
Yeah, and so I think we, the audience, and he as well, as I think they give him like one last hug and then pull away.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he's left with the last vestige of their life as Sunrise. And I don't think he finds it now. I think he finds it like a couple of hours later, like tucked into one of his back pockets is like the Tinder, like Flint and Tinder set that they made themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I think like as they turn and like stride away in this like gleaming white poncho that reflects the sunlight, I think he sees, and we as an audience kind of really glimpse for the first time that like they're a dead thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like most of like they never had a lot of hair, but most of it has gone from like gray to like almost like white, and a bunch of it has fallen out, and like their skin is all like super sunken in, and you know, like you can really see like their bone structure in a way that you couldn't before. They're like this thin figure draped all in white, reflecting the sunlight, and just like the only and like desaturated, like all the color has gone out of them. Their skin is just like really like ashen and somber, and like,
Yep.
you know, like there's no like warm tones in it at all. The only thing in them that's like color is that burning eye,
Yeah.
which is like a fucking like beacon, like radiating out. And yeah, they fucking go to the grove.
Better roll that move.
Yep.
That's cool. When you move through the wet.
Yeah.
This
Sorry
is
for making
sad.
sorry for making it sad, everyone.
Oh no, it's so good.
It's
So sad.
Such
it's
emotion.
touching though.
Yeah, good sad. It's
The
good
best
sad.
kind of sad there
It's
is.
so sad.
On a 7 to 9, choose one. The water takes
Yep.
something from you, take S harm, or there's no clear and safe path to your destination.
I'm gonna say the water can take something from me.
Cool. Do you have any gear?
I mean, like that's an object, not really anymore.
Oh, it's your it's your semblance of not being like we just had this thing, right? And like by the time you've made
Yeah,
it
it's
through
it's
the
the
like,
illusion of life.
I think the thing is that like you suffer some like you get hit by like by like a trash like a wheelie bin like coming down like a bit of like rough water just hits you in the face, and like a whole big section of your face is like kind of not really attached properly anymore. And it's obvious you're not a living thing.
Oh shit! It's the side that the flaming eye is on,
Yeah.
and the light is shining out the cracks as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you okay? Just touching base.
All right. Cool.
Okay, would you will dial back. Okay, cool.
I'm okay. It's funny because I'm mostly like, now I'm gonna have to do the scene wherein I portray seeing like, you know,
Oh, God,
disconnecting,
yeah.
like Lola like a zombie,
Like an
and I
actual
don't
zombie.
know if I don't know if I'm into that. So I'm sort of like, this is
Yeah.
like a preemptive.
Yeah, that's gonna be intense.
How about that?
Well, I wonder, like, because that's a point, and like that's not a scene that I am like super comfortable with either.
Yeah.
Like,
Do we want to like change?
do we
what
want to
you-
like I like the idea that like it's less like physical deformity, and it's more just like all of the color, like they look like a corpse, like
Yeah.
their color
That
is
sounds
all
good.
gone.
Yeah.
Like their eyes are all sunken, like they are very clearly a dead thing walking.
Yeah. You don't have any barter, do you?
Well, I had 8 technically as a brainer. You can have that if you want. I
Yeah.
guess.
Gone. Done.
My 8 brainer barter. It goes
Whatever it
around
was.
the river. But yeah, like they're like waterlogged, and it
Yeah.
it just looks real awful.
Like I can't remember what the movie was, but there was a great scene where like every time someone spoke, water.
Yeah, totally. And I think like
Yeah.
when they do speak, like there's maybe like a bit of water, like like
Yeah.
there's water dribbling out of their ears,
Yeah.
and stuff. Like they're just like
Yeah.
this corpse that's waterlogged and awful now.
So
And they're gonna
I mean,
emerge.
Yeah, you emerge now.
Near the grove.
Given that you're you, do you want to skip? Approach the grove from a different direction, and therefore not have to deal with the goons outside, or do you? But that will mean that you will have to meet your friends inside.
So here's my question: Is my arrival going to happen simultaneously with them arriving, or am I going in bare minutes?
No, yeah,
after
you're
they
going in
left
after them. You
outside
are.
town?
That's true.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I think I rock up to where Partridge's crew are,
Yeah.
because if they and I just like walk up out of the water, Yeah, we just see like water like streaming off this white poncho and off their like bare scalp and like out of their ears and their nose and their mouth
And they
as
shoot you a
their
lot.
burning eye. Yeah.
They shoot you a
It's cool.
bunch with guns.
Yep. That's legit. That's legit.
What do you do? You feel you feel the hot crack of lead streak through your body multiple times.
Yeah, so I just cover the ground until I'm in the middle of them. And then I open my eye.
After a bit, they stop shooting because they're like, "This is not doing anything."
Yeah,
And they just
yeah,
stand there like agape.
And then there's like, and then I like stop, and there's this like beat of like stillness and silence as they like stop firing and the echo like dies, and then my eye just like bursts into this massive flare of fire that just like consumes our field of vision. I'm activating my pain wave projector.
Jesus.
These poor soldiers are having a day, and you're pulling a pain wave projector upon them.
Yep. Which are they a small gang, a medium gang? What is their gang?
These are a medium gang.
Yes. Cool. So that does 2 harm to them.
Okay.
Just to begin, like, I mean, if there's a move that may modify it, but like just to start with, that does
Let me
2
check
harm.
what happens when a gang takes harm. They have to roll to not run away,
yeah.
don't they? When a gang takes harm, 2 harm, many injuries.
Do you want me to take a little harm from those bullets, Ash?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. They are a medium gang.
How good are their guns?
They're a medium gang. They're using automatic weapons. I think it's 3 harm would be what. There's 3 harm coming at you.
Yep. So then my armor takes it down to 2.
Yeah. And roll a move.
Yep. So is this seized by?
You're taking a position.
Force?
You're taking a secure position. Sounds like.
Is it secure?
The grove is. They have established a perimeter around the
Oh
grove.
yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'd forgotten that you'd mentioned the perimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, good point. Yep. Cool.
Partial
Yeah.
success.
I'm good at this.
A couple of people are dead. A couple
Oh,
of people
more
are
than a couple.
dead, Luke.
More than a couple.
For 2 harm, many injuries, several serious, a couple of fatalities.
So I get to choose 2.
Do you
I'm
get the
going
kill?
to force my way into the enemy's position, and I'm going to inflict terrible harm.
Widespread injuries, many serious, several fatalities. So what happens is now I think this happens like too quickly for you to like. There's this thing where like 2 people do things at the same time, but what happens is you walk up and someone goes, "Oh hey, Sunrise," right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not Sunrise anymore.
Exactly.
Sunrise is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like.
Sorry. Yeah. And yeah, basically most people pass out. And a couple of people pass out into the water. That's what happens. 'Cause
And I turn and like slowly look at the few people still conscious.
yeah, one of them
And I
coughs
say to
like a
them-
splatter of blood onto the bonnet of a car.
And I say to them, "You can save them." And then I just let the threat hang in, or we can finish this.
They're like, yeah, and they're like, they look around and realize that some people are going to die, and they're like, they completely stop ignoring you. They stop paying attention to you, right?
Yeah,
They're
cool.
like, today has been ridiculous. Save humans if
No.
possible.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, and I just walk past them into the grove.
Because no one wants to watch Pierre no one wants to watch Pierre drown twice today.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, cool, nice. So in the grove, What if I got? Where's my moves for the grove? Because I got to remember how this works.
It was cool to force your way through, I think.
Yeah.
Or was it hard? No, it was cool to navigate and hard to force your way, I think.
Yeah, cool to navigate, hard to force your way. What are you trying to... So yeah, you come in and there's that fence with like all of the planks, and then there's
Yep.
this is specifically for specifically I want to like dodge back to Mito and give for a second.
My god, is the creepy doll back?
There's the fence with the almond trees all around it. That's the official border of the grove, rather than the zone around it.
Right.
What are you doing? What's your plan?
Well, so last time we found Mo and Curly, we didn't really navigate there on purpose, did we? We kind of went through weird folding space.
Yep.
And ended up in the right place.
Yep.
So we don't really know where we have to go, but I guess we could try and do the same thing as last time and hope it works the same. I don't know.
Sounds like maybe. I wonder. How much would the robots know about the grove? Do they have any kind of memory bank?
They report that their sensors seem to be malfunctioning in some way.
Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Yeah. Okay. In that case, okay. Can I wanna. How does the gunfire sound from where we are now?
It sounds now not like it's distant, but that it's underwater.
Okay. Can I directionalize it? Can I ascertain where it's coming from at this point, or is it still just
it's within the fence and and tree line?
Well, I mean, we can start there.
It seems to be coming from quite a it's you have a more clear sense of the idea that it's several hundred meters away.
Right. I think that we should definitely go into the tree line and try and follow.
Yep.
Unless the only thing how does augury work exactly?
The move is under peripheral, I think.
But before we do this, augury technically applies to my
your followers are an
people.
antenna that lets you use it.
Yeah, so it technically applies.
I also have that move.
You also, I believe, have your antenna on you.
That's true.
You could both augury at the same time.
Well, I'm not sure that I can. That's
I mean,
from a
are
fleet.
the robots part of your followers? Isn't that why we added options
the
to
robots
them?
do not have access to the psychic maelstrom. You do not have access to the psychic maelstrom anymore. You now have access to the network. It's a different thing.
Yeah,
but you can only augury
access
through your human followers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool. That's.
But I
what
could do
was-
that. I could do that. We think that is helpful. Yeah, it
I
seems
think
like
that-
it would be helpful considering we might want to open a window or isolate a fragment.
Do those other dope things that it lets you do.
Yep.
Reach through. Yeah, okay. All right. Cool. So do you tell me... Well,
You state what you're trying to do.
What I would do is, here's the thing. I reckon that at this point, Mito trusts Give a lot more than Mito would trust a lot of other people, and particularly around environments like this. So it would be very much a case of looking, just literally, I've got you on my shoulder, looking at you and saying, "Where do you want to go? Where do you think we should go?"
Yeah. Okay. So
So
I look back at you very seriously, and I've got this real, the face that kids make when they're doing something really serious and important, where it's almost kind of comically
Yes.
that face.
Yes.
Yeah, you would know that. So I've got that face on, and I'm like holding my gun and whatever, and
Yes.
yeah, and I like look back at you, and I'm like, and I take the radio off my back and like sort of flip it around to the front, and like flick some switches and things, and I'm like, and I sort of say to you as I'm looking at the radio, I'm like, your wizard friends send you messages, don't they? Like beeping messages.
Right. Yep. I nod reassuringly.
Okay. Well, maybe I can hear them or find them or something. I can do some new things with this. It's really good now. Cool. And I like start moving my hands on it, and I'm gonna try and do some augury.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
So step 1 is roll, and then you get to start choosing things.
Okay. 9.
Can I assist with
Yes,
this?
you can. Specifically because it's the radio.
Yeah, so this is it, right? I'm going to, like, because I can sort of hear what the radio is doing, and I can amplify that with the enhancements that I have to try and increase... Volume isn't exactly the right word. I want to say
amplify the signal.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling like. It's like you're acting as kind of an antenna to like better pick up the signal.
I love this because you're acting as an antenna specifically for the physical part, not the psychic part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
not a psychic
that's exactly right. Because
radio
like, well, for the first time, I can hear the radio as well.
Yeah,
right.
Cool.
That's the other thing as well. Is that the radio is making noises and I can hear them, and instantly I can translate them. So that's just great. 2d6 plus 0 because I have 0.
Yeah. Yep.
0 hex with you, but we'll see what happens.
It was nice playing with Mito and Give.
Oh dang.
Ooh, dang. Oh well, it was worth a shot.
So it's partial success.
Yep.
So let me see what it says.
Yep. On a miss, Ash gets to make a move because Jimmy failed.
It's not. It's. Oh right.
On
Help her interfere is a move.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to make that. I'm going to make that move in a second in the results of Emily's thing.
Okay.
Yeah, hold 1.
Alright. So on
so
a
you
hit,
choose
you
one.
Choose 1, and then on a 7 to 9, I also choose 1 benefit, but no more. Okay. So I would like to reach through the world's psychic maelstrom to something or someone connected to it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to reach to Mo or Curly.
Yeah.
I'd like to try and follow their past, and because time is all weird and wobbly here, right? So it doesn't actually matter whether they're currently sending Morse code to anyone. I'm chasing like their past
Morse code,
signals back to them, and I'm choosing 1 good thing. Okay.
Remember, the other ones don't the other ones unhappen.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't reach deep into the world's psychic maelstrom. It doesn't reach broadly, and it isn't stable and contained. But it will persist for a while without my actively maintaining it.
So just quickly to talk strategy.
Yeah.
Are you pinging where they are? Or do you have an ongoing, like, is this you're like, oh, now I know where they are and now we can go there? Or is this like an ongoing, you're following the trail?
Yes, that's what I'm going for. I'm going for an ongoing following the trail. Yep.
Cool. Just wanted to check.
Cool. Awesome. Do you have
bleeding.
I think you can you move the radio and kind of Geiger counters for you, but giving you a path forward, and you move your way around and you find a big wooden gate that you were pretty sure was not here last time, and it's it looks like someone just peeled the side off of trees, like canoe trees or whatever, but those trees were massive, probably like oaks or something, and like all twisted. In that these two pieces of wood look like big hands with like interlocked fingers that have just been pulled off of a tree and like placed here as a gate. And your Geiger counter radio thing doesn't seem to suggest opening the gate, but rather trying to like go under it.
Go under it. Is there an obvious
There's a
visible way
gap
to do that,
underneath.
or
There's a gap beneath. You could just climb underneath,
Cool.
climb under the gate.
well then yeah, I when we get to it, I like look down at Mito and I'm like, we have to go under the gate. We can't go through the gate.
How big is the gap?
It's going to be a squeeze for the adults, but yeah.
So I'm like, I can go look first.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's do that. I kind of wonder. Is there anything that I can do to? Can I connect to the radio?
No.
No. Okay.
No, but I
No
Yeah.
psychic radio for you.
I
No,
think it's
I'm-
interesting because
what
I
I'm-
think the radio. Sorry, no, you go.
Well, I'm just trying to think of a way that we. Maybe this is a discussion for leveling up and offline, but what I'm trying to figure out is there a way that now I can hear the radio? Is there
Yeah.
a way that we can use that to communicate when we're apart,
But
as
well,
opposed to me just talking to you?
If Give tunes into your channel, they'll hear whatever you're saying.
yes, which has always
Right.
been the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, you don't have to be
So-
at the station for that.
True, you don't have to be at the station. Yeah, so literally, it's like a one-way walkie-talkie.
Right.
That anything you say, I hear.
Right.
Which I guess doesn't work the other way, but theoretically, if you will be able to hear the radio, like if I turn the volume up, right, you'll be able to hear
the-
yourself
the
echoing.
actual sound of the radio.
And
yeah.
if the echo, if your echo disappears, you know that I've gone outside of like.
Well,
I've gone too far away.
I'm also going to see if we can fit. I'm going to send a robot with you as well.
Okay.
Also,
Under
to
the
put it
thing.
out there, in like a pinch, it is possible that inserting information into the world's psychic maelstrom with augury would let Give broadcast back.
That's
Right.
true.
True.
Okay.
But like that's some risky shit,
yeah, no, that's
and you can't
good to
just be
know.
doing that every 30 seconds to tell me to what you see. But like in a
That's
pinch,
okay. That's
that
okay.
could be a thing.
There is a much easier way around this problem, which is to send Prince with you.
Okay.
And
Does
just
Prince
keep a-
have like? Is the
Influence with
top
Prince.
part of their head like red, and that's why you?
No,
called
they,
them
they
Prince?
all look identical, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't
The
have
reason-
a raspberry beret, Mito.
No, he doesn't have a raspberry beret. But the reason
You're
the
breaking
reason
my
the reason
heart.
that the reason that they're Prince is because their voice has the highest octave, like the
Oh, that's
the,
so
the-
good.
the biggest spread of
Yeah.
That's so
like the
You've
good.
named
biggest
them.
vocal
I love
range.
You've named them by their voices. Of course you have. It doesn't matter what they look like.
Dope as fuck.
Yeah, I love
God,
that.
I love it.
That's
So-
really cool.
Yeah, so Prince
Okay.
is going to go. Prince is going to accompany.
Okay.
It really is a quest. Give a prince is going with you,
Exactly.
and you have a sword. No, you don't have a
Yeah,
sword.
no, I don't have a
anymore.
gun.
Oh, well. Close enough.
Give. You
Yes.
climb. I'm not going to make you roll for this. You climb underneath. Prince follows you. They move like. I think what they do is they like just go down, like lie flat, and then suspend themselves on their fingertips and toes, and then just like walk themselves through underneath.
Creepy.
Mm.
A weird
I
crab
love
or
it.
Yeah.
something.
You turn around and you see the back of, and these two hands have like grasped in them this swarm of ants, like massive ants, that like a swarm of bees, but like they're just like nestled in between the two hands. And if you'd opened the gate, it would have
Just been
like
ants everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Yikes.
yeah.
So like bee-sized ants, just to be.
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
So I got my mental images clear. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And this swarm is huge.
So I think as soon as I ascertain that, I will poke my head back under the gate and say, Mito, There's too many ants. You can't open the gate. That's why. There's too many ants. You have to go under and be really careful because you don't want ants.
Okay.
You can't go over it. You can't go.
Well, that was
So
actually
like you could try and do something to get rid of the ants, but that's up to you.
Okay. All right. So then I like move my head away and then I pop my head back out again and I'm like, maybe I can fix the ants. Wait a minute. I'll look at the ants because I feel like it's actually just not going to be practical for all of them.
No, I'm saying like there's two ways to solve this. There's multiple
Yeah.
ways to solve this problem. I'm not just saying there's a thing you need to get
Yeah.
past. I'm saying like however you like.
There's two
Okay.
ways to solve this ant riddle.
Okay.
Can
There's multiple ways.
All right. What if? No, that would be a terrible idea. That's a very bad plan.
Do you want to cut away and you can and we can come
Now I
back to
wanna
this?
hear
I think we can cut away and come back.
Cool. Yeah. All right.
You've destroyed the you've flattened the barricade, the perimeter.
Yep.
Sunrise.
It wasn't a very good perimeter.
What do?
Partridge has always been sloppy.
Yeah.
I
Sunrise,
mean, I go
morning,
inside.
Dawn.
I go inside, and I look for the candle path.
Candle path is, you know that the candle path was previously, you had to get in past the outdoor fence.
Yep. Okay.
So
Like I
yeah.
wasn't sure if that was like a liminal space weirdness thing or
Yeah, no, so
what.
the fence is always, the fence with the trees is always the outside. All the way around the grove is the fence with the
Yep.
trees.
And
with
I'm this is not me committing to an action, but I presume unless I tried to force space to conform to a different,
yeah, you could try and do that.
like unless I was just like, no, I'm on the fucking candle
Yes,
path.
that's a thing
and,
you
like
could
try
do.
to will
Yeah.
that to be true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
So yeah, you're faced with the fence, with the almond trees like scraggling up behind it, and I think where you are, there are knitted rainbow socks like over the tops of the fence posts. Just not all of them, just like occasionally.
Interesting. I think Morning takes a moment to survey this space.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically to see how it in flesh through eyes of flesh looks different than it from the looking place from above,
Yeah,
without any
right.
preconceived notions. Like what is different? Where are the gaps?
Yeah, cool.
And so
What
I
are
want
you
to
rolling for
read a
that?
situation.
Yeah,
I want
cool.
to figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Cool.
I'm good at role playing games.
I think you start to walk towards the fence to look at it more closely, and then
Yep,
realize
I
that
absolutely
you've just stepped out of your body, and you've jumped into behind stage by accident. Except you're not entirely sure that you have, because it looks exactly the same. And you look behind, and you kind of get like have this check around, and you realize that actually no, what's happened is that behind stage physicality, like in this section where this bit has been torn off, the world has
Backstage and front stage. Yeah, okay, so this is the
switched.
entire area is opening its brain to the psychic maelstrom constantly.
in parts, right? It's just there are bits
Yeah, in
floating.
patches.
That, right?
That's
and
cool
the
as hell.
problem that
It's cool
you
as hell.
have is that if you do that, you'll step out of your body. If you cross those borders, you're going to be
that
forced out of
totally-
your body.
Yeah, it's
and
really
your body
funny
is just
because
left
you.
there, like being and you see Sunrise walk off, grab a
On autopilot.
stick,
Yeah.
and like weaponize it. Right? They've got this fucking weapon stick, and they're like, and they go off, and they're trying to find Give.
Yeah, so this is bad actually. And so I think morning.
I think we should take a break.
Actually,
there.
I think that's fair. Yep, that's fair.
I think that's a good place to take a break. Is
down.
morning
I know,
watching
yeah.
sunrise walk off.
Yep. And I know what I'm doing next, so I have a plan. So
Cool.
that sounds
All
good.
right. We'll be back in a minute, chat. It's getting weird again.